Hey everyone,
Hey, hey.
how's everyone doing? I know it's getting late in the evening, but we just put our children to bed. So these are the best times that we have to be able to get on and just chat with our Facebook friends and family, those who are involved in our health and wellness journey with Young Living as well. Tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about getting the most out of your workout. Pretty much because this time of year, New Year came in January, and we talked about setting health goals last month for the year and how to stick to them. This one's kind of a follow-up to that because February and March tends to be usually the hardest months to stay consistent with those health goals that people set in the beginning of the year. So this is more of a refresher, but also you're going to get some new information to help you stay fully equipped and how you can get the most out of your workout as you set your goals for 2017 and continue to stick to them. So just to give you a little background of something that I've been working on, I started going to the gym consistently maybe about a little over a year ago. And I've been getting very good, consistent results, especially since I've added Young Living to my health regimen. So we're going to talk a little bit about why Young Living products benefit what you're already doing if you're already in the gym. But we'll also talk about why it's important to stick to a schedule. Myself personally, I go to the gym 4 times a week. That's something I've committed to Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, because I have serious health goals that I'm trying to achieve. And Young Living has been helping us to do that. So I'm going to turn it over to my wife. She's going to talk about the gym must-haves, and then we'll chat a little bit later.
So first I'm going to talk about some things to avoid because a lot of people make mistakes when it comes to their workout and then they find that maybe they're drained, they don't have a lot of energy and things like that. So what things should you avoid before a workout or your pre-workout? One thing is things that have high glycemic. You want to avoid any shakes, sometimes in different nutrient bars. They can be very, very high in glycemic, so you want to avoid those because although it'll give you an immediate boost, it's going to leave you with a crash at the end. So you definitely don't want that in your pre-workout. Another thing to avoid is extremely high dosages of caffeine. So a lot of times too, we want to have that energy and we want that extra boost, but you don't want to do anything that's going to have artificial caffeine that especially is over like 100 grams of caffeine. So you want to be very, very careful about the amounts of caffeine that you have. I know like even in just a traditional like Red Bull, it has, I believe, 111 milligrams of caffeine, and then it has 37 grams of sugar. So could you imagine if you're drinking something like this to kind of give you that boost while you're at the gym, but think about that crash. And really it's going to counteract the high intense activity that you're doing at the gym. So it's so important to avoid those. Also, there's different ingredients and a lot of like different supplements to stimulate and help burn fat and things like that. So you want to be really, really careful of that. One huge thing is like soy. A lot of companies try to cut costs by adding soy or soy lecithin in it. So you want to be very, very careful of those. Another one is dimethyltryptamine, if I say that correctly.
Yeah, that's close enough.
And that's a very, very dangerous stimulant that, again, is in a lot of energy drinks and a lot of energy supplements to help support a great workout. The fourth one that I was going to mention is no processed sugars. Again, that sugar, you don't want that high voltage of energy and then that crash. Because it really is going to counteract everything that you're doing at the gym to get a great workout. So some things that you do want to add is some natural energies, especially like B12. Many people are familiar with like B12, so you want either a supplement that has B12 or some type of energy source high in B12. The thing with B12 though is it's water soluble, so it is something that you would need to replenish daily because it's not going to stay in the system. So like some notables like Super B. Super B is an excellent supplement. It has, of course, B12 in it, as well as B6, biotin, some other great B vitamins. So this is going to be a great additive to your workout. Also, another great caffeine but natural green teas. So another honorable mention is Ninja Nitros. So Ninja Nitros. So this actually does have that B12 and that B6 in it as well. And then again, you're going to get that natural caffeine, so that green tea. So you're going to have that nice stimulant, energy boost. So that way your system and your body is not crashed and you're left without energy after a great workout. Oh, yay. Love
Katie.
Super B.
Welcome. Welcome.
The next thing is greens. Greens are so important. So, of course, multi-greens with that Melissa oil. If you're not familiar with multi-greens and Melissa oil and the benefits of that, be sure to look that up. This is a very, very high chlorophyll, so it's great for energizing and revitalizing. And again, we know having those essential oils infused into the supplements, it's going to be more bioavailable in the body. So that's so crucial when you're taking supplements. You want to make sure that you're getting the most out of your supplements. You know, sometimes we're taking different supplements, but our body is not absorbing everything. So especially if we want to get a great workout, we want to make sure that our body is utilizing all of those vitamins and everything in the body. So these are healthy sources of amino acids. They're phytonutrients. So a great daily supply. Make sure you have your greens. Electrolytes are another one. So there's different ways you can get electrolytes. Bone broth, coconut water. But again, that's a high energy, natural for your body when you're trying to get a good workout. Another notable mention is herbs. So one that we really like is ashwagandha. So that is one that's in Powergize.
That's my product. You're not allowed to talk about that. No, I'm
so
kidding.
Powergize. And actually, as we're learning more and more about Powergize, this is definitely one that, as Anthony says, was formulated for men, but it also is great for women as well. Especially because it has that herb in it, and that's going to help to give you a great workout. So in general, ashwagandha, it can boost muscle strength. It can help with endurance, stamina, muscle recovery, and help to maintain healthy weight. So the ashwagandha is excellent. This is something that you would take daily, and especially for a great workout.
That's all you have?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to take over, just because I like to talk about, see, my wife is very smart. I don't consider myself as smart. And the science behind it usually does not appeal to me as much. But my main thing is supplements will only take you so far. So some of the things that are needed to stay consistent with getting the most out of your workout is, like the first thing I said was get a schedule and stick to it. But drink plenty of water. You're going to hear that through almost anything that we talk about. Drink plenty of water because the body is made up of, more than 80% water. Mm-hmm. So if we're not replenishing that water, you're not going to have the energy and the nutrients that are bioavailable in your body to be able to get the most out of your workout. One of the other things that I would mention too is have a focused goal for that day. So I can't tell you how many times I walk into the gym and people are walking around like chickens with their head cut off because they don't know what they want to do that day. So usually at the beginning of the week, I will look and say, okay, on Monday, I am doing shoulders and traps, maybe with light cardio. On Tuesday might be chest and back. And even if you're not trying to build a mass amount of muscle, it's still good to work all the different portions of your body. And so I'm going to talk about some of the things that I used to go along with my workout, because I am very active at my job as well, but also very active in the gym. So one of the first things I like to talk about really is sulfurzyme, because when did we get sulfurzyme? 2 months ago? Mm-hmm. Something like that. And I've noticed a huge difference for me just because it helps to support your bones and ligaments. And so for me, I've noticed that I've been a lot more flexible. I haven't been as stiff in my movements. So when I am performing certain workouts, it's easier for me to get the proper form so I get the most out of it. The misconception sometimes is that it's all about lifting heavy weight. It's not really. Building strength in the body and making sure that the body is strong is really about having proper form and not putting unnecessary strain on the body. So Sulfurzyme was one of the things that I started taking that's actually giving me more support in that.
It also helps with hair.
Yeah. Yeah, it's growing. It's growing. Peppermint is the other one. So peppermint is such a cheap oil in price, and it's usually the one that people know the most, but they don't usually attribute it with using it in their workout regimen. So I will take peppermint, and usually I'll rub a little bit either on my chest or I'll take a drop, because what it's going to do is it's going to open up your lungs, and it's great for respiratory support. And when you have open lungs, you have more oxygen that's available within the body. So what happens is you get that rush, right? So that you're able to go a little bit longer. You're able to push a little bit more, just because your body doesn't feel as exhausted. Your muscles have plenty of oxygen to be able to perform the workouts as well. What am I reaching for now? Oh, so Dana talked a little bit about, love peppermint, diffusing while I work out. Makes me look forward to it. I wish I had a diffuser that I could take to the gym. Someone has to create that for me. If there was like a wristwatch app diffuser, I would use that. But I love nitros. So one of the things that Dana mentioned was not having a ton of caffeine, which is why, and not to shame anyone who drinks energy drinks, but energy drinks will give you that real extreme high and then crash you, because not only do they have way more caffeine than you need, but they also have way more sugar than you need. So nitros have 35 milligrams of naturally occurring caffeine, which is just enough to give you that oomph and that push, and kind of even you out and keep you there. Plus the mental clarity helps you to stay focused too. Sometimes that's a problem. When I talk about people running around like chickens with their heads cut off, they can't focus. So usually I'll take a nitro as well. Lemon is great. I put that in my water when I'm drinking at the gym. Usually I drink maybe, 1, 2, 3, so the equivalent of 6 glasses of water while I'm at the gym. So 2 of my little water bottles, and I'll put a couple drops of lemon in there, because it's going to help keep me hydrated, so that I don't tire out as easily. Ningxia Zing. So these have been relabeled since the last time I got them. But I actually really like them. They're very hydrating. They have black pepper oil, lime, and wolfberry is in there as well. So I find it's a great alternative if you are an energy drink person. I'm going to tell you, number one, they do not taste like energy drinks, so don't expect that. But they do taste great. But I would say try this. If you're one of those individuals, like you're getting off work and you're tired and you just don't feel like going to the gym, try a Ningxia Zing just to give you that energy. And that's something that if that's something that you've committed to, take whatever you need to take that's going to be good for the body to fulfill that goal, because it's very important. Anyone who knows me or has had a conversation with me know that I'm a huge advocate in Power Jais, especially for men, because Power Jais has things like long jack root in it and goldenrod. Goldenrod is good for testosterone support, but long jack root is actually very good for muscle development and muscle growth. So if you are a guy, say, who is trying to get more muscle definition, or you're trying to increase in muscle mass, Power Jais is going to be something that's great to take. Young Living also has protein complete powder, which is very great to take as well. You get 25 grams of protein per serving, and it actually helps with muscle recovery very, very well. So where the average person, hey Larissa, thanks for joining us.
Hi honey.
Whereas the average person may be sore maybe for 3-4 days, especially if you're working legs and you have not worked your legs in a while. Usually by adding something like Power Jais Protein Complete after post-workout, along with Sulfurzyme, is going to help to shorten that recovery period so that you can stay consistent. I know sometimes people get discouraged just because you'll go to the gym and you'll be so sore when you first start going, for almost a week, that you're like, I can't believe that I'm back in the gym and have to rework what I just worked on. So stick to it. It's really beneficial. I've seen a lot of results since I've been staying consistent over the past year, and it's not overnight. It's the things that we do every single day that will build momentum and compile over time, and you'll see results down the road. What else did I need to tell? Oh, so lastly was deep relief. So deep relief is the roll-on that I do like to use. I actually keep this in my work bag too. And if anyone at work sees me rolling it on, I apologize, because they're always like, who smells like peppermint and wintergreen? It is me, because I was just talking to, a matter of fact, a guy at work today. I stay sore. So anything that I can get for muscle relief, I keep on me, because that's just part of my routine right now. It's something that I'm committed to. So if you have any type of health goals, you're going to have to sacrifice a little bit to reach those. So sometimes, what they say, no pain, no gain. That pain is going to be there. That muscle tension is going to be there. But it's great to have things to support, to make it a little bit easier on you. It's great to have things to give you more energy, to make it a little bit easier on you. So that's what some of these products that we talk about are designed to do. And I love them, and I've been seeing results. Dana, I'm sure you love them as well, right?
Is Deep Relief out of stock right now?
It's forever out of stock. What's funny is, so Young Living sent us 2 at one point.
Yeah.
And so we've just had it. It's funny because I don't even notice when certain things go out of stock, just because Young Living sends us free product every month. So, did you want to very briefly talk about Sleek?
Oh, so I was going to talk a little bit about Sleek too. So I can't do the pure protein that he was talking about. So I do the Sleek shakes. And it's funny because when I first mixed this in just milk, to me it actually tastes like baby food. So I knew I needed a protein. So I like that this is a pea protein, and I actually started mixing it with fruit. And it was really good. So I did like blueberries, peaches, banana, and it's actually really, really good because it does have like a little fruity taste to it. And so it's a vegan safe. So if you can't do, I can't do any whey, I can't do dairy. So this is the one that I've been using, but to me, I base it with my almond milk, and then I add fruit, and it's actually really good like that.
Yeah, you actually touched on something. So we do drink almond milk now. That's something we got in the habit of because Dana has always had issues with dairy. One of our children has issues with dairy. We switched to almond milk, and almond milk is great. I mix it with the Pure Protein Complete to make sure I get the additional protein from the milk as well. So that's great. But one of the things I forgot to talk about was our diet. So if you have a gym regimen, have a good eating program set aside as well. People think, especially when you're trying to bulk up, that you can eat any and everything because you're like, oh, I need the calories to turn into muscle. But you want to make sure you're eating the right things. So eat the right type of fats. Make sure you have the right amount of protein. Live foods, so fruits and vegetables. I'm going to tell you what's very deceiving is juice. And you're talking to a juice junkie who I would buy orange juice and I couldn't keep it in the house for even a week. I literally would drink juice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But it was explained to me that if you replace maybe a cup of juice with an orange, so think about orange juice and an orange. How many oranges does it take to make a glass of orange juice? Quite a few. And think about how foolish you would look walking around eating 6-7 oranges right in a row. That would be overkill, right? So the amount that you might get out of one orange is sufficient. Not saying don't drink juice, but just think about limiting your sugar intake because those turn into fat, which only undo what you're trying to do. Live fruits and vegetables are going to help you to have more energy. They're going to help you to sleep better as well. So if you sleep better, you'll have that energy to be able to work out the next day. So that's something to think about as well.
And thanks. Larissa said she likes our pictures.
Oh, yeah, little Ayla in Dayton, back when Ayla was Dayton's age, I think. But that's it for what I have. Did you have anything to add?
Mm-mm.
No. While we're on, any questions at this time? Oh, Larissa, you just fixed your quote. I thought you had a question. But we'll give a few minutes if anyone has any questions. If not,
Thank you.
No, thank
Hi,
you for
Auntie.
joining us. Yeah, thank you for joining us. I mean, our main goal with things like this is just is education purposes. We know that we have a lot of people who in our Facebook friends who are not.
Larissa said, "How can I get deep relief?"
We have a hookup. No, I'm kidding. No, we don't.
We don't.
We don't have a hookup. You just have to wait till it comes into stock. But I mean, that's what's so great about Seed to Seal. You know, it's very different than buying things at the store because
You're welcome, Katie.
certain things are not always going to be in stock because they care about the quality and the purity of it. So, you know, it's whatever nature decides to do. If nature decides it's not the time for it to be in stock, it won't be in stock. So.
All right, everybody. Night, night. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. And we'll see and talk to everyone soon.
Okay, bye.
Good night.